I have a little bit of an issue with assigning specific numbers to confirmation levels. Confirmation levels are supposed to be a visual thing. Confirmation level 1, 2, and 3, or flash, float, focus, whatever you want to call it, right? All the different site packages that you need to acquire in order to achieve something need to give you the check mark. Like, I see this check mark, I shoot as soon as I see that, not before that, because the time says, not after that, because then I am wasting time over confirming. Grip is constant and your eyes manage to stay connected to a small spot on the target. The sights keep returning there without a whole bunch of effort. Why don't I love the idea of assigning time? So I think it's because confirmation levels are skill dependent. As you grow, those times will change. What do I need to see? And as soon as that is achieved, I shoot. I think if you're shooting at the speed of sight, you'll always be shooting to the best of your current ability. All right. Drop the last one there. 19, 22, 18, 19. Okay, those are 20, 21, 21, 22. Let's go look at those first. I did drop this last one. These are good. I'll do this one next. All right, I did drop the first one. So these are, let's see, 49, 43, 46, 43, 43, 43, 42. So, all right, thoughts on this as a diagnostic drill. All right, so that's I think it was my first shot. This was my last shot. Those are all good. Those are all good. Just one shot there. So, does it mean I'm good? Does it mean I'm bad? I don't know. It means that's what I have today. I have a little bit of an issue with assigning specific numbers to confirmation levels, and let's just talk about it. I'm not saying this is a bad thing and people shouldn't do it at all. Like, it's cool. I think it tests you in some way so that you can understand what you have. But confirmation levels are supposed to be a visual thing, and as soon as I assign it time, I know, because I teach quite a bit of students. As soon as I assign something time to something, students or shooters in general are going to be gravitating towards making sure that they get the time instead of actually reacting or seeing a specific something that gives them the check mark. For me, confirmation level 1, 2, and 3, or flash, float, focus, whatever you want to call it, right? All the different site packages that you need to acquire in order to achieve something need to give you the check mark. Like, I see this check mark, I shoot as soon as I see that, not before that, because the time says, not after that, because then I am wasting time over confirming. Well, the people use that a whole lot on the internet, too much in my opinion. But so if you have confirmation 1, so like this would be a confirmation 1 type of thing. Honestly, like the way some people teach confirmation 1, it's like it would be just the index of the gun, right? So not even the color, but I'll leave that alone. So this for me, like as soon as the first shot broke, as soon as the second shot was streaking a violent red color inside that, I pressed again. If your grip is constant and your eyes manage to stay connected to a small spot on the target, the sights keep returning there without a whole bunch of effort, which is what we're trying to avoid. This is hand tension, in my opinion. On the last shot, I was kind of like waving the checkered flag. I was done with the exercise and I added some tension like a donkey. On this one, I'm waiting for more of a float. So essentially I'm reacting to the sights, kind of returning to a spot, a reactive tile shooting, confirmation 2. That's how I kind of associate them. Even more reacting to the sights here, where I'm expecting the sights to completely stop before I finish the press. But why don't I love the idea of assigning time? So I think it's because confirmation levels are skill dependent. How good your grip is and how good your eyes are to keeping a spot on the target will be significant in determining when the gun returns or achieves that next confirmation level that you've decided you need for that target. So as you grow, those times will change. And for this to be like, it's got to be between this and that, I think people could start mixing as a training strategy, like they could start mixing things up. For me, it's most important that I stay connected to what I want to see, need to see to achieve something, and shoot as soon as it is achieved, not earlier, not later. And that will create the best opportunity possible for you to shoot well. Now, do you make mistakes? Of course, everybody's going to make mistakes. Do you sometimes have days where you're like, I'm invincible and I can do all things? Yeah. In those days when the grip feels super locked in, your eyes can pick a spot 30 yards away, you're like, man, let's go. I'm not going to shoot a pace that I have predetermined. I want to shoot my sights. If my sights return and I achieve the check mark a little sooner than usual, I want to be shooting. If on a day I'm a little bit more lax, maybe like, what the crap is that? Maybe my grip isn't quite locked in. Maybe my eyes are a little bit lazy. Maybe the lighting conditions will do whatever. There's a million things, not enough coffee, the whole thing, right? I don't have maybe what I normally have. I may need to give it a hair more time to achieve that confirmation level. So here's the moral of the story is I want people to use confirmation levels. I want my people, if you're like on this boat, on this journey with me of getting better as a shooter, I want you to stay connected to what do I need to see, and as soon as that is achieved, I shoot. Shooting earlier can be a testing ground to see like, oh, did I achieve it sooner and I just don't perceive it yet? Okay, cool. But when you're testing your skill, like this would be a test of some kind, right? When you're testing your skill, I think you should be shooting as soon as you achieve it. And on some days, the times will be different than others, but you'll know that you'll most likely have very good results. Like, you know, for me, I have 2 out. Okay, big whoop. If I sit here and I print 14 of these or whatever, like some of the people do, yeah, I'll probably get some cleaner ones. And yes, the times I think were about what these times are, but I need to stay connected to what I need to see rather than the times that I'm trying to achieve. So if you're going to do something like this, I think it's cool. I think it gives you a test of some kind. But if you use it as a training strategy, I think you're making a mistake, because you're not going to stay connected to what you need to see. You're not going to have that constant grip. You're not going to have your eyes picking a spot. You're going to be mostly concerned, and maybe your grip stays constant, and maybe your eyes do a good job, but you're going to be more concerned with the times than achieving a specific sighting system or a specific sighting package, and you're going to start throwing rounds. And I don't want that for anybody that's on this journey for getting better. I think if you're shooting at the speed of sight, you'll always be shooting to the best of your current ability. And I'll say this last thing before I let you guys go. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, a 2021 may have felt like a predictive style shooting. Like I'm watching the wild streak. I am less likely to like call a specific shot on the second shot, right? I'll be like in the neighborhood of right or in the neighborhood of left or a little low, whatever. Like predictive style shooting where I can't really tell you where the shot exactly went, especially when we back up a distance. And now 3 years later, 2-3 years later, I can watch an 18 split and call it with some certainty within, you know, an inch or two or whatever, out to like maybe 10 or 15 yards, because I can perceive more things as I go along this journey. And so I want to stay connected to what my eyes are seeing and perceiving all those things, being aware of what the gun is doing in reference to the spot that I'm looking at, instead of searching like the splits because some drill says that I need to do the splits at this time, and then call it like this is confirmation 1. It's only if you shoot under under a 20. No, I think for some people today, if they're at their predictive pace and they're realistic, they could be at a 25 and that still feels and looks predictive style to them, because they are lacking maybe some of the foundations or whatever, or maybe they're still like just growing in this process of like learning how to see their sights properly in reference to the spot that they're looking at. So I don't fall for like, I have to have this time, otherwise I don't have predictive shooting. I have to have this time, or I don't have reactive shooting. I have to have this time, or I don't have like a confirmation 3 type thing. You don't have to do any of those things. I think these are good like tests per se, to see like average, like some dude decided that between 45 and 55, the day he designed this, is his like confirmation 3. Today, my confirmation 3s were all like, so does that mean I failed this? Because all my confirmation 3s were 43, I had 46, 43, 43, 40, 42. Like, so because I'm below, does that mean I'm not doing it right? Anyway, I am just saying, like, use your eyes, let your eyes dictate the pace at which you shoot, and you'll always be as fast and as good as you can do it today, given the conditions, given your commitment to training, all that stuff. Eventually, I think those times will reduce when you can perceive more, because you're exposed to this stuff more and you understand what it is you're looking for in reference to a spot on the target. Again, you're not looking, I'll say that last thing, don't look for sights, look for a spot on the target, and then reference, be aware of what the sights are doing. And then if you're waiting for just the color, you might be able to shoot very, very quickly, because that confirmation level is achieved sooner. And then when you're looking for reactive sights, right, you're sorry, for a level 2 confirmation of floating, like reacting to the sights, like coming back to a spot and having a bit more confirmation, it takes a little bit more time to like ease off the sights to make sure that they're on or around that spot. Whereas in predictive shooting, like I see it the first time and I stay connected to the target, have a constant grip, but I may see a color, just a streak, a slash, where on confirmation 2 or floating the dot or whatever the crap you want to call it, I'm going to see more confirmation. It takes a little longer for me to achieve that floating rather than a flash, right? And on confirmation 3, it's going to take even longer to completely essentially stop the gun on the spot, right? Stop the sights on the spot you're looking at. It takes longer to achieve. That's why that shooting is slower. I don't on purpose shoot like fast, medium, and slow. I'm going to shoot like a slash, a float, and a focus sight on the spot I'm looking at. And that will be the time that it is. And that will be the accuracy that I need based on my experience of my training. It's a little bit longer a video than I thought it would be, but I think it's good to have that conversation about like, what do we tell, what the things that we tell people are important. And I think that if we tell people the right things and people can process that, they will come up with the best solution for themselves. And I think if you start forcing some like square pegs in round holes, this can feel like that a little bit. It could mislead people, and I don't want people to be misled. If you're in the tribe, if you even watch these videos, I want you to know that like you should be completely connected to what you are seeing and shooting at the pace of your sights. And then if you're not satisfied with the pace at which you shoot, then we need to be more in this game, spending more time doing the exercises that allow us to perceive our sights sooner, quicker, grip that keeps the sights from moving a whole bunch, eyes that stay connected to a spot so the sights return a little sooner. All those things, grip, eyes, and trigger is everything. All right, so I hope this is a fun conversation. You completely disagree with me, that's okay. You can leave it in the comment. Just be cool. Like, you know, disagree with me all you want, but let's have a good conversation about it if you disagree. And if you agree, tell me you agree. Again, the speed of your vision is as fast as you can shoot today. I'll stand by it. Get after it.